Hi students, happy day. Today our new lesson is motion. What is meant by motion? Motion is nothing but it's a change in position of an object or a particle or an object. Okay, this is called as definition for the motion. Okay, motion is nothing but it's a change in position of an object. Change in position of an object. Change in position of an object with respect to the time, with the unit time. Let me consider a marker. It is one of the object. I am keeping that on my palm. Okay. Now I am applying the force on the palm. So that what's on the marker? What's happening? Marker is moving. Marker is changing in its position. Right. Now that means this palm is not moving. No. Palm is rest only. Only moving is, which is moving? Marker is moving. Right. When marker is moving, palm is at rest. Now I am applying force on the palm, not on the marker. So what is happening? Total body is moving. Palm is moving, along with that marker is also moving. Marker is moving with respect to the surroundings, but with the palm it is not in motion. Right? Both are at rest. With respect to each other, both are at rest. With respect to surroundings, both are in motion. Marker is in rest with respect to the palm. Okay? Marker is in motion with respect to the surroundings, as well as palm is at rest with respect to the marker. Palm is in motion with respect to the surroundings. That means rest and motion both are relative terms. Both are comparable. Rest and motion both are relative. Rest and motion both are relative. Change in position of an object is called motion. There is no change in a position of an object, that is called rest. It is motion. Rest means no change in position of an object. Okay, it is the motion and rest definitions. Okay, so now before going to in detailed motion, we need to know about some few basics. Those are called as physical quantities. What is meant by physical quantities? What are physical quantities? Physical quantities is nothing but the quantities which can be measurable either directly or indirectly are called physical quantities. Physical quantities. Physical quantities. The quantities which are measurable either directly or indirectly are called physical quantities. Okay? Either directly or indirectly. The quantities which are measurable either directly or indirectly. Again, these physical quantities are classified into two types. One is fundamental physical quantities, other one is derived physical quantities. Fundamental physical quantities and derived physical quantities. Okay? So, fundamental physical quantities and derived physical quantities. Okay, the quantities which are measurable directly, those are called as fundamental quantities. The quantities which are measurable indirectly, those are called as derived quantities. Okay, clear, right? So these fundamental quantities are measurable either directly, these are indirectly. Okay, so these directly measurable means these are independent on other quantities. These are all independent. These quantities are independent quantities. Derived quantities are dependent quantities. Dependent quantities. Independent quantities, only few are there. Okay, those are only 7, not few, only 7. Only 7. Those are, first one is length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity, then amount of substance, These 7 are the fundamental quantities. These 7 does not depends on any other quantities. It does not depend one on other. Okay, it does not depends. It is independent on all other physical quantities. What are the dependent quantities? Force, speed, area, volume, velocity, etc. So apart from these 7, everything are undergoes to derived quantities. Okay, clear now? Right. Any doubts, ma? Is there any fast? I will reduce my fastness. So fundamental and derived 2 types of quantities are there. Directly, indirectly, these are measurable. It is independent, it is depends. These 7 are the fundamental quantities examples. This, apart from these 7, everything are the examples for derived quantities. After this, we have 2 more quantities. Those are scalar and vector quantities. These are scalar and vector quantities. These are scalar and vector quantities. Scalar and vector quantities. What is meant by scalar? What is meant by vector? The quantities which are having only magnitude but no direction, that is called as scalar. The quantities which are having only magnitude, no direction. No direction means no specified direction, particular direction will be not there. Vector means it having both. It's having both magnitude and direction. It is having both magnitude and direction. Okay, even it obeys scalar laws of addition. It obeys scalar laws of addition. Okay, it does not obeys scalar laws of addition. Scalar laws of addition. So it does not obey scalar laws of addition means it obeys vector laws of addition. It obeys vector laws of addition. It does not obey vector laws of addition. It does not obey vector laws of addition. It does not obey vector laws of addition. It obeys vector laws of addition. So those quantities which are having both magnitude and direction, if it does not obey this vector laws of addition, then we can call it is a scalar quantity. If once it will not obey vector laws, automatically it obeys scalar quantity. If it obeys scalar quantity, may or may not be vector. May or may not be, it will obey vector laws of addition. But if it does not obey vector laws of addition 100%, it should be obeys scalar laws of addition, that is called as scalar quantity. Okay, the vector, it should have both magnitude and direction. Along with that, it should obey vector laws of addition. If it does not obey vector laws of addition, then we can call it is a scalar quantity. Okay, clear now? Right? So after that, we can that's all for today. We will continue next.